Hello and welcome to Nemo the Geek. I'm Ahmed, and we have somehow a new tradition of going to the cinema, not changing out of anything, uploading my fresh thoughts, spoiler free for you, and this time I have proof with a giant bag of popcorn. Yes, and we'll be doing Jurassic World Rebirth. Because yes, dinosaurs are scary, alright? And if they existed in the real world, I would stay far away from them as much as I love them. As a child, I grew up with Jurassic Park. This little girl, this teeny girl playing with the dirt, this girl watched Jurassic Park, loved it. I watched it with my parents. Obviously there was supervision. Obviously the kill scenes weren't shown to me. But regardless, we're going to be talking about Jurassic World Rebirth. And I was a big fan of Jurassic Park. I am certain someone from the first movie sold their soul to make that movie so amazing, especially the Trex dilating pupil scene. But it's not a deal with the devil. It's just research, the use of limited technology like animatronics, innovation, someone like Steven Spielberg, and everything involved. I'll do an individual Jurassic Park movie when I'm more energetic. I'm just so tired now. Right now, I just want to go to sleep. It was a long ass day, my friends. I just want to cuddle with my non-dinosaur pillow. But nonetheless, here I am. And unfortunately, I missed the first 15 minutes due to my husband's very, very punctual attitude. Here's looking at you, Ahmed. So I missed a very important opening Jurassic Park scene where I assume there was someone being eaten by a dinosaur or something, because that's how Jurassic movies start. I'm gonna give you a spoiler-free review and whether it's worth it to watch it or not watch it, how it was, did I enjoy it, if I did, why. So yeah, I have opinions on all 6 Jurassic Park related movies. I've read the books and I know how horrifying the books are. These are very, very, very screen friendly movies, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, the books are pretty awesome. If you want, I can do a segment on that, or you can read them on your own. So yeah, alright, let's begin. First, we'll look at the characters. Now, for most of Jurassic Park, the first trilogy, Jurassic Park 1, 2 and 3, we are rooting for our main characters and we're not rooting for the dinosaurs. But as soon as the Jurassic World came out, and as much as I enjoyed Jurassic World, dinosaurs returning to this big screen, I cannot say I rooted for any human being, because none of them were as fleshed out as were Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler and Lex and Tim. I cared about those kids. I even cared about John Hammond, the psycho billionaire. So he intended to do something bizarre and eccentric. It was his hubris. I have an MPhil in English literature, so I can say that what we literature folk call hubris, and that's a human quality, and that was portrayed very accurately in John Hammond. But when Jurassic World, the entire trilogy came out, I cared for 0 characters. But going into the second movie, I didn't even remember their names. It was that bad. I'm sorry, they were very, very superficial. The characters in this movie can be split into two categories. First category is characters I care about, and then there's second character where in my mind I was chanting, eat them, eat them, eat them. So I was literally waiting for their deaths. And yes, there are villains in these Jurassic stories, but these characters were just so stupid or so boring that you just wanted them gone. You felt like, oh my god, what is this? What is happening? Why are you keeping them alive? Who are you keeping them alive for? Why? Who wrote these characters? Why didn't they just, I was gonna give a spoiler, but yeah. And then there are some characters you actually respect. They have depth, they have some have chemistry, some but I don't think I felt bad about any character deaths in these ones. I've noticed a trend since Jurassic World that I root more for dinosaurs than I do for the humans. Maybe it's part of growing up. I don't know. No, it's not part of growing up. It's bad writing. So write better characters. Write characters like Scarlett Johansson. She's a well-written character, and I think that her journey is a good one, start to finish. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but she does have a character journey, which I miss. Like John Hammond had a character journey, Lex and Tim had a character journey, Alan Grant had a character journey. He didn't want kids. I'll discuss all that in my other movies, but the characters, I think I would have been very sad if 3 characters died. The others, I was egging the dinos to eat them so that they could stop existing. And then there are the villainous characters, but regardless of that, let's move on to the story. Stories, I think, is the more accurate word. I would say plot A and plot B. There's there's a B story going on, and then you're like, whenever they flip to the B story, I'm like, take me back to the A story, please. I don't care about the B story. They could have cut out the B story altogether and the movie would have been golden. Nothing was affected by it except we got a few cool shots, a few dumb dialogues that did make me laugh in a way that, what the fuck are you talking about, my dude? Yeah, so the B story kind of sucked for me. I don't know why or what happened there in the writer's room, but the B story, when you watch it, let me know if you like it. I may have a different opinion on it, but I think it was completely 100% unnecessary, and in the edits, if they had cut it out, it wouldn't have made a difference. The only scene I would argue, the river scene, which I did sort of like, but I would have been fine if it had been cut. I do like the A story, but I know they need filler. I know they need the B story sort of alternating with the A story and them coming together in the end, like Stranger Things does. But Stranger Things kind of does it better. In the B story, nothing happens. We just get cool shots, some very weird dialogues, and just nonsense actually. So the A story is more interesting, and I think this is something missing that I think could have made it a little better, but overall it was fine. Better than any Jurassic World movie, better than locusts in Biosyn. It's better than the Indoraptor being sold off in auction in San Francisco rather than Isla Nublar. But I'm comparing it to the previous ones. I don't know. So let's go to cinematography. So for cinematography, I think that's the main thing that I would give a thumbs up for, because they're very very cool shots. The dinosaur designs, when you watch the movie, I don't want to spoil any. The cinematography, the use of light and dark, the use of daytime, the use of seascapes and landscapes, the use of shadows, the use of lights like electricity. I would say there are some scenes that don't make sense story wise but make sense cinematography wise, because I would whisper to my husband that, oh, that's a good shot. If I had watched alone, I would have loved the cinematography, but I would not have enjoyed it as much as I did. And yeah, you can call me psycho for that, but hey, I said what I said. Soundtrack, let's talk about that instead. So the soundtrack is Jurassic Park, nostalgic feel to it. It's the same as Jurassic Park at times, which made me feel joy in my ice cold heart. And it did make me feel nostalgic, and it was pretty beautiful. I watched it in 3D, so the visuals were pretty awesome. The cinema that I went to actually has a pretty great sound system, so it was amplified by that. And it's just the music of Jurassic Park felt like I was watching, because I was too young to watch it in cinemas when the original Jurassic Park came out. So I watched it at home with parents, censored, because my dad didn't let me watch the kills, so I wasn't traumatized, but he did let me watch all the dinos, and that's why I love the dinos. I think that's a theory. I do have some complaints. To creating any sequel to Jurassic Park, there's always a formulaic sort of repeating the terror we felt when Lex and Tim were stuck in a van and the T-Rex was loose and the electricity was off, and she couldn't turn the light off, and the T-Rex crushed the car and everything. And then there's a scene in the kitchen which is pretty terrifying, where they're running away from raptors. And then there's another scene where the T-Rex is roaring in the main auditorium, stuff like that. So I think after that movie, they realized that this scene was pretty awesome, and audiences responded very positively to that. So let's do that, but with a few things. Like for instance, in Jurassic World, we have Zack and Gray. I'm not sure if that's what their names are, but them being in a wall, and the Indominus Rex just pulling the claw, and they're just screaming. I didn't feel any fear like I did for Lex and Tim. Like I said, maybe it's just part of growing up, or maybe it was just not done well. And then there's, in this movie especially, there's a formula that they keep trying to repeat, and it just doesn't work anymore. We kind of need new dinos terrifying scenes, which we did get in a few ways. I especially liked one which I'll talk about in my full of spoiler videos. There are 5 scenes that stood out for me when there are dinosaurs involved, but the whole repeating the formula thing does not work for me, because the original was terrifying enough, and it was the OG scene. You can't replicate it, and it's just done down to the tapping of the foot, like the raptor taps its foot, claw. The formula is down to it that much. I'm not saying who's in danger or where they are, but it's just that tapping of the claw, and it's just, I turned to my husband and I'm like, do they have to do that? Do they have to hide in this? Do they have to repeat the Jurassic Park formula? They already have pretty cool visuals. They already have pretty scary stuff of their own. It's just fan service and not done so well. And like I said, I didn't care about much of the characters. 90% of the characters I couldn't give two shits about. More than that, actually, the whole B story I couldn't give one fuck about. And the B story has a lot of characters, so yeah, eat them, all good. So things I liked. Now the things that I liked, I think the dinosaur designs, I don't want to spoil anything. I read somewhere or heard somewhere that it was leaning more towards horror sci-fi, because the way the dinosaurs first appear and the way they look and the way a scene builds, when it's actually originally terrifying, not ripping off the first movie, when it's originally horrifying. What's gonna happen now? Oh my, I'm actually rooting for these characters to survive. And I actually said to my husband in one scene, no, this guy's not gonna survive, he looks like food. And he's like, what about this guy? I'm like, no, he's gonna survive, I'm not worried about him. And even though the guy I wasn't worried about was in mortal danger, the other guy, he was pretty safe. At the end of that scene, that person did end up being food and the other did survive. So it turned out pretty predictable, but I did like the aesthetic. Even Dominion, I'm not gonna say is a bad movie. I can still rewatch it without, being bored or considering my time being wasted, even though it was full of giant bugs. More than dinosaurs. The only movie that I have an issue with is Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom, because that Brachiosaurus deserved better than making ooh sounds and crying as it goes up in ashes. I don't want to see that. Even though they're CGI or animatronics, I don't care. I love dinosaurs way too much to see them go like that. So Fallen Kingdom did them dirty in a movie that's about to be about crappy human beings and good dinosaurs. And after they confirmed that it was the first Brachiosaurus that Alan Grant saw in Jurassic Park, my anger was triple-fold. I was like, you killed my little baby that Alan Grant was crying over, So Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, yeah, I have issues with you. You are not worthy. So, in conclusion, the verdict, let's get to it. So the verdict is yes, go watch it. It's watch worthy. It's got great visuals, it's got great soundtracks. But again, I used to watch movies alone before I was married and after my best friend left for Canada, so I had no one to watch movies with. I used to watch movies alone, and if I had watched this alone, I don't think I would have had fun. I did have fun watching the movie, because I had someone to riff off of and go like, all right, that's a good shot, or we're both chanting, eat this person, eat person A, eat person A, eat person A, oh, they got away, sort of thing, and commenting on how stupid they are. So yeah, if I had someone to riff off of, that's fun. So for Jurassic World Rebirth, I would say that you will enjoy it if you have someone to watch it with. It is a must watch for dinosaur lovers. I will say that. I will not miss it. I will never miss it. In fact, I'll rewatch it. There are parts I would definitely cut in the final cut. It's not perfect in any way. The cast, right? For me, the Scarlett Johansson storyline is much better than the other one. I don't think that's a spoiler. I'll watch trailers again, and if it is, I'll edit it out. But one storyline is better than the other, but that's okay because they keep, shuffling the two. And the dinosaur, I think the opening scene, I talked to a someone in the theater, and asked them about the opening scene. So they did say it was pretty awesome. So I'm looking forward to it when it comes out. Again, thank you, Ahmed, very much for making me miss that. You're never gonna live it down. I'm sorry, guys. Go watch it. It's not the best movie. It's not the worst movie. It's a mid movie. I would say it's average. In my opinion, I went in with very low expectations, to be honest, and some places it's good. It's even good. So yeah, not excellent or brilliant or mind blowing or anything. And then there's a whole section that could have been cut out. So that's the verdict. Like, in my opinion, my personal opinion, for you, if you love it, that's all good. I'm just here to tell you that what my thoughts are on this spoiler-free review. I tried to stay as far away from spoilers as possible, but seriously, I just need to say that any dino movie is good for me. I'm a kid who learned about death and cried about Littlefoot's mother in Land Before Time. So yeah, dinosaurs mean so much to me that you can't take me away from a dinosaur movie. And my husband will never hear the end of making me miss the first 15 minutes, making me miss that. But yeah, he's gonna pay for that for his entire life. So watch out for that, Emmett. If you're watching, be very, very scared. Yeah. So the verdict is, go watch it and tell me your opinion. Tell me what you think of it. If you disagree with me, that's fine. We all love movies. We all love TV shows. We all love fiction. I mean, come on. I've got a bookshelf. This is not my only bookshelf. This is the only bookshelf that can move. The others are stuck to other walls of my room, so I can't move them. In art, actually, music, museums, sculpture and paintings. When I was in Abu Dhabi, I went to the Louvre, and oh my God, was an amazing experience. I think we spent hours. My friends and I, we spent hours there, and we didn't want to leave. So any form of art is just so fulfilling to me, and that's why I created this channel, so I can share that love of creative things with you guys. And now my battery is running low. I did not get coffee today, and I'm just so sleepy. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoy the movie. Yeah, we can have different opinions. Comment, like, subscribe. Please follow me on any of my socials. Join me on Patreon for free. You don't actually have to become a member, but over there, I don't have to worry about copyright claims or censorship. So you can actually see the unedited versions of a lot of things on Patreon. So become a member for free and just watch it. I don't sell my content yet, so take this window of opportunity, and not for this particular video but others, have fun, ring that little bell there that you see, so that you're notified whenever I upload a rambling video. And I hope you have a great day. See you in the next video. And I know I promised you 28 days later. I'm just procrastinating. I'm sorry. I go back to work on Friday and I'm just procrastinating. So I'll get to that one soon. I'll try to make a trilogy of it, 28 days later, 28 weeks later, and then 28 years later. So when it's out on VOD, all three will be released, in a fun way. Let's do that. If you have any requests, send them my way on my socials or comment down there, and I'll make sure to make a video about it. Thank you for your time, and be safe, and see you in the next video.